Hello folks, how you doing? Scotty. So this is a quick update just so that you know. I might try and get videos up like this, just audio, and I will be posting a lot more videos because I really want to try and get this channel, really going again and everything. I had a request to speak about my thoughts on Milo. Milo is someone I greatly respect for what he views politically and economically. I wouldn't agree with everything. He's perhaps more conservative than myself. I would argue that I'm more libertarian, and some may see him as strongly nationalistic. That's fair enough. I think he was a very big supporter of Donald Trump, and I'm not really that big of a supporter of Donald Trump. I think I'm sceptical on certain things. I respect people who do support Trump for whatever reason that may be, and I would kind of hope that he would, stick to his guns on things such as deregulation. The problem I have with nationalism is that, in my view, it's a movement of people who give power to the state, where the state forces their will upon others, and that's kind of the way that I've seen Milo coming across. The nationalist movement we saw spring up from the whole mass foreign immigration, the crisis that recently hit, and all the terror attacks, etc. It seems to be that as soon as you hear something government come out with, such as, for example, and I don't know whether Donald Trump had or not, but he came out with something about punishing people who, set the flag on fire, etc. These things. And when it comes across to government, punishing freedom of expression, that's something I disagree with, and yet people like Milo are very quick to applaud for banning such and such, and I'm not in favour of that because I'm not as conservative, and I've got a few conservative friends who would give you their own opinion in that, and I fully respect that, but I'm just not in favour of that. I have certain conservative values on certain things, don't get me wrong, but just not on that specifically. I don't know what your opinion is, and I've seen things prop up in the media. I think something that people have called Milo out as hypocritical or something. I don't know. There's something really big that came around, and I never really followed it. I didn't really, I wasn't in the mood to, and I think it was something to do with pedophilia or something like that. What do I know? I don't know if it was some story about a nightclub or something. What do I know? Do I think he's a pedophile? I don't think so. I couldn't see that. For his views in terms of his economic views and supporting the free market, that's what I admire and respect him for. For me personally, and you see my channel, it's strongly in support of all to do with the free market and, capitalism, and that's what it's dedicated around. And that for me is what really matters. I don't care about all this stuff to do with drug legalisation. Sure, I'm in support of gun ownership, I'm in support of drug legalisation, I'm in, all of these things, but for me that is secondary. I don't really take that much interest to it compared to the economic argument. Like I've said before, the economics must always come first before the policy, because it's that determines whether you live freely or not, and then you get to choose on all of those things, and that's my personal view, and that goes for anybody who's going to speak in favour of the free market, because there's a lot of people out there who think it's just a case of striking the right balance between capitalism and socialism. In terms of Jeremy Corbyn, he's coming on basically saying that the free market capitalism's failed, and then this silly woman came on and she was saying about how capitalism has failed, free market capitalism, and this is why she says that capitalism can work, but it needs managed. And it's this attitude that I don't like. It's actually, throughout history as we've seen, it's a misinformed view. It's exactly that management of capitalism that led to this whole corporatist system in the first place. And 19th century wasn't exactly the so-called free market that they like to have you believe. It was government's interference that caused problems. Milo, I've got great admiration and respect for. End of the day, he supports the free market. He understands the value of it. Whereas people like that think it's just a case of we support capitalism as if we've got it today, right? As if to say we've got capitalism today as a system and that it just needs to be managed. No, I think she's going along the lines of corporatism in my personal opinion. I'm not really that interested in his own personal life and what he does with regards to that. I can understand people's concern over social issues, fair enough. It's really down to what someone supports economically, because that's really what matters most. And I would imagine he supports a limited small government. And you know what, I don't have anything against people who are conservative, and I see all of these arguments where people, you know, have a go at each other. So anyway folks, I want to know your own personal opinion. What is your opinion on Milo? Do you think he is just someone you just completely disagree with? Do you like Milo? I don't know. I personally respect him for what he speaks of. I agree with him on an immigration issue. I just don't agree with the whole building a wall thing. I don't agree with that. I don't think that's the right way forward. I think tearing away the welfare state is the right way forward, but that's something that has to be done gradually. In a time of a crisis like this, I can understand why strong controls is, you know, important, and you know, those are just my personal views. So anyway folks, like I say, as an update, I'll try and put out some videos, and like I say, I'm going to be busy over the next week or two, so I'd like to hear your own personal thoughts on things. What's your opinion on Milo?